Hello.
Well, uh, what do you see as the problems facing this team's offense?
Think I played my first meaningful game like against Austin. I got like some meaningful minutes. It was good. It was good to be back in KC, the starting 11, and playing more. We see like more things on the field. And I think we are creating the chances, but the problem is we got to put the ball in the back of the net. We got to score the goals. We're creating the chances, and we got to finish them, because the football's going to punish you if you don't finish the chances, and then the other team's going to score. That's how it is. And then I think we are during the week uh, working on that, finding solutions. What can we do better? How can we find our teammates in a better spot to finish those chances? So we just keep building on that and working on that. And we want to score goals. We want to be aggressive. Yeah, and I think we have this week was very important for the offensive side to find more ideas. What can we do better in that? So I think we're going to hopefully show that on Sunday.
Are there enough chances? Because obviously the more chances you have, the better chance of getting a goal out of it.
I mean, of course we're creating chances, but like our team is very collective. Sometimes when we do very good in the defense, we say a lot, oh, we were very good in the defense, but it starts with the attackers. The attackers put the pressure, and sometimes when we're not good in the offense, it starts with the defenders. The defenders start the build up. So our team, since day one, it was made to be like a collective team. We don't have Messis who can just stay there and score a goal out of nowhere. So it's a team that we got to be very good collective, everybody working hard together so we can be successful. And I think one thing that we definitely talk about it this week, and we have to have more this underdog mentality, because I feel like that, but I think everybody should feel more like that, have something to prove, because I think having this mentality, we definitely can be more successful.
You had a minutes limit last week. It looked like though you probably wished you could have gone longer. Are you ready to go more?
Yeah. I definitely wish I could play more. I left in a game 0-0. Very, for me, one of my favorite games to play because I love to play with derbies or with something more, a little pressure. With a little pressure, at least I can speak for myself, but makes me play better in those games. And of course I wanted to play better, but then they told me there was some limited minutes I didn't know, but then they explained it to me later. But yeah, I feel very good. I'm confident that if they need me for more minutes, I can definitely give them more minutes. So it's now it's if they want that, I'm ready. Feel good.
We'll go to Justin and Matt.
So yeah, since coming back into the team, there's some new faces that pretty long, especially from last game. Seems like you two have good chemistry both on the opposite sides of the pitch and kind of when you are in those spaces next to each other. Can you describe a little bit about like what about your game is complementary and how you see that relationship?
Yeah, I think Conrad is a very good player who is kind of similar with me in terms of he can be versatile, he can play multiple positions, and he's very good on the ball. So it's fun to play with him because sometimes I can go to the middle and he gets the ball wide. I don't need to worry about getting wide because I know he's there to do that. And when I'm wide, he's in the middle, and we can combine. We have like good combinations, and I think we did some of them. We show a little bit in the Austin, a little bit in some moments in Kansas game. And it's very easy. It's players that are very easy to play because you can pass the ball and you know you're gonna receive a good ball too. So makes you more comfortable, gives you more confidence to attack. So very good players makes you play better and easy.
Célio, what are the instructions that you get from the coaching staff from Olof when you have the ball in the final third? Obviously, you're one of the more skilled dribblers on the team. Is it to draw in defenders and create chances for others? Is it to take what you get, or what are your instructions from this staff?
So what they ask me, what are you good at? And then I'm good at I think one of my good threats is getting the ball in 1v1, in 1v1 situations, 2v1, getting the ball wide. So I think they want me, receive more balls in behind, so I can get in those dangerous spots, so I can put a cross in, or I can go to the middle and finish, you know. But yeah, we're trying to like figure out this week, you know. Of course, it's like a new coach, but he's trying his best to help us, and we're trying our best to help him. So it's we're trying to be together in this moment, because we got to be together, we got to work together. And he gives some instructions to me, and I feel now he trusts me more, and I can feel that, and it's very good. So I hope in this game we can show what we've been working this week.
You mentioned that it's not just the defense and the offense working separately, but oftentimes the attack begins on defense. This year's defense has seemed a little different than last year, not as high pressing, not trying to win the ball as high up the field. So how can you get better in transitioning from defense to offense?
Yeah, I think a lot of moments in the game we were basically playing a low block, and we talk like we don't like that. We want to be this. We want to have this identity since the first year that we want to press the teams high in the pitch, and we trying to be more aggressive in be more press more high on the pitch, you know, like press those teams instead of being a low block. So I think it's gonna be a little different, because we want to put more pressure in those teams, you know, not like just waiting for the ball, we want to start with us the attacking. So we want to like be more aggressive, like we were in the past. So we want to keep building that, be more aggressive. And of course, this demands more fitness, more running, but I think we have the players that can do that.
Does a team like Columbus make that more difficult with how quality they are on the ball and how much they like to possess it themselves?
Of course, it's a quality team. Columbus, they played a beautiful football, in my opinion. They have a coach that likes to play, always have players in different positions, styles, you know. So it's a good team, but definitely, especially here at home, we are very strong, and we have this confidence that at home we gotta get out with the 3 points. And we have I'm not gonna tell here what we're gonna do, of course, but we have good ideas that we can hurt them, and hope that's gonna happen.
We'll go virtually to Jeremy Clemens. Jeremy, you there?
So sorry about that. Célio, in weeks past, Olof has talked about needing the team to be more brave and play attacking football moving forward. Can you talk about what that means to you and how you see your role in being that player to be brave?
No, and I agree. I think we have to be more brave. And brave, in my understanding, it take more risk, you know, playing a pass forward, breaking a line through the middle of the pitch. You know, it's about, maybe we're gonna lose, but sometimes if we win, it's gonna give us a big opportunity. I think being brave, and it's that, you know, being more risky, and also being brave in the tackles, in the 50-50, in winning the duels, winning second balls. We gotta be more, like I said, something to prove, be more strong, you know, give something back for these fans. Because like last game, they went to Kansas, they support us, and we lost there, so it was very frustrating for us. So we want to be this team that gonna win the duels more, be more aggressive, be more brave.
Go ahead, Jen.
Just thought it. Célio, when I think of people who love the ball, and I love watching dribble the ball, I think of you, I think of Tomas Ostrak, and I think of former players that with City like Indiana Vasilev and AZ Jackson, who may see on Columbus's pitch. Might we see a 1v1 with you and AZ? And who will win that one?
Oh, definitely me, but nah. But yeah, I don't know if who's gonna play in Columbus, but if it happens, I'm gonna do my best to win the duel, you know. But he's a good friend of mine. Yeah, but I hope we win, you know. I'm St. Louis all the way.
We'll wrap up here with Tom.
How'd you like playing up top with Klaus?
Yeah, I mean, it's very good, you know. Klaus, it's very communicative, and he speaks the same language, so this helps. You know, we're trying to find best solutions. I know some balls that he likes to receive, so I try to play those balls. And in the end, we just want to win. Doesn't matter. Like for me, it doesn't matter who score. We just want to like score goals now. You know, break this thing and score goals, break the ice and keep going from that. But yeah, I like to play with Klaus, but and he's very good. But I like to play with the whole team, like whatever is there or the other players there, I'm gonna try to do my best and give what the team needs for the win.
I would say there's a lot of focus on him, but do you still see him being the Brazilian, having those Brazilian characteristics of fun-loving and free-spirited out there?
Yeah, like I know it's tough when like we're not scoring the goals, like myself too. It's tough for like offensive, for offensive players because we want to score goals, we want to give assists, but also we help in different areas of the pitch, running back, holding a ball. So it's things that it's not very statistic, but it's things that don't show in the stats. But yeah, he's a very guy. It's some tough moments, but like he's very tough, good with his mindset, and he's gonna keep going, and he's gonna keep doing his job, keep doing he's got to do his best, and that's what we expect. At least sometimes the things not going the way people want, but the only thing that he can do is try to do his best, and I think he's working hard in practice. So yeah, that's what the minimum I have to expect from him. He's doing his best, and he's doing so. Hope he can score a lot of goals.
Thanks, Célio. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you guys.
Tom, go ahead.
Hi, Olof.
Hi.
Hi. I guess we always come back to scoring goals. How has this week been to try to further the effort to score goals?
Yeah, it's been quite good, I think. It's something we've been working hard on for a long time in preseason as well. We saw we struggled a little bit in the final third, so our attacking game and our finishing is something that we put a lot of effort into from the start. The defending and the low defending is something that worked really well, but I would probably say that we have put more effort into our attacking game. But the qualities of the team have made us play the way we have been playing.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully the improvements I think we make in training will give us some goals in the future.
Was the low block, is that detrimental to the cause of the offense?
Sorry?
Was being in a low block, did that have a negative effect on the attack?
No, I don't think so. We created one of our biggest chances after low block defending in the last game. But it's not a deliberate choice. I've said it before. We've had good position in our high defending, and it's a lot about individual quality there. Defending in our high pressure, if we're able to win the ball or not. If we're not, we have to go to mid block or low block, like all other teams do. And in our attacking game and our build up. If we lose the ball a lot or lose it easily, we end up defending. So it's not a deliberate choice, but if we have to do that, we do that, and fairly well so far.
Injury-wise, how does the team look this week? There's been a bunch of guys banged up, Horn, Totland, Nielsen.
Yeah, without going through them all, it doesn't look great, but not much worse than last week. So the guys who have been training this week have done really well. Can't fault the effort from the guys, not in games and not in training. So we have to work hard now to bounce back.
Go ahead, Justin.
Coach, kind of talking about your opponents for a little bit. Will Fernandez has gotten a lot of praise just for how the Columbus Crew have played over the last couple of years. What have you kind of seen watching tape, getting ready for this game, of just how they play and what's made them successful so far?
Yeah, I mean, they have a good roster. They have a really good team individually. They built a team with high intensity players and really good on the ball. I would say basically all of them. You know, that is the way they're playing, and that's the profile of individual players they have. So they do well in that. Focus a lot on build up, and a lot of movement, a lot of rotations there, and a very dynamic team with a lot of players who can run a lot with high intensity, which obviously helps as well.
Is the difficulty there then for you to have a focus on winning those battles, but then also not be like pulled out of position in your structure, and keeping all that in mind?
Yeah, it's like always a balance. You know, we look at the all phases of the game. We have a plan for our high defending, our mid block, our low block, and the same goes for our attacking game. You know, most of the games they've played so far, they've had the majority of the possession. Because of what I just mentioned, they're really good individually on the ball, and they have a lot of players with high intensity. You know, we have to continue to have a really good game plan, and a good plan for all phases of the game.
Go ahead, Matt.
Coach, in the past, you've talked about the importance of the central midfield and the quality helping to progress the ball. With the injuries to Chris Durkin and the absence of Edu Leuven, Marcel Hartl has found more time in the central midfield. Can you talk about if not the hierarchy of importance of positions, just how important it is to shore up that central midfield spot with a player of Hartl's quality, as opposed to leaving him in the attacking end and putting maybe a Thomas Ostrak in central midfield?
Yeah, I mean, there are always choices we make. And again, I said it before, we're trying to take the most out of the quality we have in the squad, and the most out of every individual. And, you know, Célio has played there a lot in the past. In São Paulo, they played a similar formation as well, where he was in midfield, and we're trying to take the most out of his quality for him to be able to join in the attacks as well, like he did against Kansas, you know, when he had that big chance, and especially in the second half, he was able to join in more. So, you know, he's a player who also covers a lot of distance, both attacking and defending. So we can use him in various ways in our attack. You know, it's for a dynamic midfielder, it shouldn't be a problem to be part of build up, and also be in the final third when we have these fast attacks.
One of the things that Columbus does, picking up a question Justin asked about how good they are in, even when they lose the ball, they lose it in spots where they can take advantage of it. How do you look to not defend, but how do you really look to attack a team that wants to possess the ball as much as Columbus has had success with? And how do you maybe look to improve upon the quality on the ball against that kind of a team?
Yeah, I mean, we got to try to play to our strength, and you know, we definitely have a look at the weaknesses in their game, you know, and how we can exploit that. You know, that's obviously something not I'm going to talk about here, but we've definitely seen things that we can, you know, exploit, both when we win the ball in transition, but also you know, on the ball in build-up.
Sasha Kleshchin, one of the MLS Season Pass broadcasters, made a note this week that you haven't played anybody under the age of 24 yet this season. Has that thought really crossed your mind? And what would it take for a younger player, homegrown or otherwise, to see minutes at this stage in the season?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I've only been here for a short time, and didn't put this squad together. You know, so you know, we play with what we got, and the major part of this squad is here from last season. You know, we brought Conrad in and Alfie in, and we're quite a big squad, even though at the moment we have absences, especially in the form of injuries. So you know, that's how the squad is built at the moment. So, and I don't have any problems. You know, I think you probably know this from my past of playing young player. I had one of the youngest teams, you every season in my previous club, and also the way we played was a very high intensive, high pressing, a lot of movement on the ball. This, was my style of playing with the squad I had last season and the season before that, because it was a young squad. Often you get that intensity and they can run all day, so you try to use that. So, I think that's why they brought me in here also to try to take the most out of the potential of this squad, which is a little bit older, which is a bit more variety in the quality, not necessarily the same profile players across the line.
We'll go virtually to Jeremy.
Thanks. Olof, just kind of jumping into that conversation a little bit deeper. We talk about style of play a lot over the last few weeks. Do you feel the team is really getting close to playing the style of football that you want to play with this side? And do you think you have the players to do that?
Yeah, I mean, again, I mentioned before. I think that's why it brought me here to try to maximize the potential of the squad. Which I have a history of doing in my previous club. So if that means we have 40% possession or 60% possession, or we're great at high defending or low block or build out or build all the phases in the game, we try to play to our strengths, adapting to the qualities of the squad. And, that's what we have been doing. And I think
writing on Instagram that he was a little in shock.
Yeah, I think to the most part of the season successfully. We had a couple of games where we haven't been happy, when we feel we've been dominated too much and the opponents have created more chances than us. And in the majority of the games so far, we have created more chances than the opponents in various ways, through possession in a couple of games and through really good low defending in others.
We go back here to Tom.
When you've been shut out in 5 of 7 games, is there any difficulty with some aspects of the style that is not getting through to the players?
No, I think they're on board. I think you hear them speak after the last game. The game plan was really good. Everybody knew exactly what they were doing. Again, I mentioned after the game, there were moments when we feel we could have done, for example, put higher pressure on them. We were in low block for a little bit too long of a period in the first half. These details, 10-15 minutes, they didn't create anything. We created a big chance, but I still think we could have played a little bit higher up the pitch, been a little bit more vertical, finding our strikers a little bit more often. We look at details all the time, but I think if you look at the players in the last couple of games, they look really confident, comfortable in their positions, and unfortunately, it hasn't given us the points that we have wanted.
And when you talk about these are the players we have, or do you wish you had? Is that because of injuries or because there's like some positions in which you wish you had more players?
I think we've been looking at for some time. We're looking to add to the squad, definitely.
So with the transfer window still open for a little bit, is there?
Possibly. I mean, obviously Lutz is in charge of that, so you'd have to ask him. But I think it's a possibility. Yes.
Baker, wrap up with Baker.
Coach, I wanted to pick up on the quality of players, as well as a question that I had asked you a moment ago. I'm curious, when you're evaluating talent, St. Louis fans love their homegrown players. They love seeing players develop through the academy on up. From what you've seen from these players, what would it take for a Caden Glover and Mekhi Joyner, especially because they are involved in the attack when we're talking about trying to find solutions to the attack? What would it take for those two players in particular to find time on the main roster right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit bigger discussion, with the squad we have, and all the rules and the amount of times they can be involved in our games, these players. But I thought they did it really well. They were with us in preseason for quite some time. And from my perspective, I wouldn't have any problems of putting any of those on the pitch. The guys that were involved in preseason especially know the style of playing. They do really well in training. So I wouldn't have any problem at all playing several of them. I don't want to, you know, mention just a couple of guys you mentioned. There are more of them who have done really well, you know. Yeah, I wouldn't have any problems at all playing several of them.
We'll end on that note. Coach, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.